For updates on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akerijola joins us. Good morning, Aaron.
Yeah, good morning to you, Ayo. Good morning to you, Rufai. Good morning to you, Doctor.
I see you're wearing red for Arsenal. That's a good choice.
All right, okay, let's get it started with Europe's lower tier league.
They've started again.
We'll be talking about Arsenal in a moment, by the way. Okay, let's just talk about the fact that West Ham United actually had a day to remember, starting off their Europa League campaign yesterday with a 3-1 win over Baka Topola, and other big results that actually came in saw the likes of Liverpool come from behind on the day, and Mohamed Salah and the gang certainly living up to the major hype and actually delivering from the bench and helping them to a 3-1 victory. And also not forgetting AS Roma, if they can actually help us with that. Romelu Lukaku actually pushing it very far and actually ensuring that his pristine record in the Europa League continues, and kudos to him and what he's been able to do for his club and for himself. Now AS Roma, of course, farming at AS Roma at the moment with the capital team, and he will be hoping that they can go as far as they can. Last season they got to the finals of the Europa League, talking about Roma, and this year they'll be hoping to do same. Away from that, Ayo, you spoke about Arsenal. This weekend they will be in action over in London, trying to dominate who actually owns North London. Of course, it will be the North London derby this weekend. Yes, Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur. And this is the best time, understanding that Arsenal in a rich vein of form, same as the Lily Whites, and they'll be going head-to-head this weekend at the Emirates. And let's see who decides the game. But some of the standard guys for both teams, Bukayo Saka and James Maddison, you can actually see they have a decent start at the moment, starting off the season with a bang. Let's see what happens this weekend.
You're very confident, Aaron. Very confident.
No. I think Arsenal will beat
You can never tell. And Postecoglou has been doing well, and he has turned the fortunes.
Just like I told you, AC Milan will not beat Newcastle, and it didn't happen.
All right, so quickly looking at the Premier League this weekend, as we actually go into match day 6, only 4 teams stand unbeaten this weekend, and Arsenal and Tottenham are one of those 4 teams. I think you can actually look at the table: City first, Spurs second, Liverpool third, and Arsenal are actually pegged 4th. So as it stands right now, Erling Haaland topping the goal scorers chart after 5 games. He's got 7 goals in 5 games, picking up from where he left off last season. I must actually say, now away from that, quickly let's talk about Formula 1 this weekend. Suzuka will be heating up, and one man is already leading the practice in Suzuka, talking about no other than Max Verstappen, and he will be hoping to actually pick up the slack from what happened last week. And as it stands right now, the Red Bull can actually win the constructor title this weekend if they can outscore Mercedes, or actually have a 24-point gap between themselves and Ferrari. So Leclerc and Sainz could be party poopers for the Red Bull team. Let's see how it actually goes this weekend. Now let's talk about sports washing. We've spoken a lot about sports washing and Saudi Arabia and the PIF. But let's talk about the fact. But before I say anything, let's get to hear from the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman. This is what he had to say when he was interviewed.
Washing gonna increase my GDP by 1%, and then I will continue doing sport washing.
You're okay with that term?
I don't care. I have 1% growth of GDP from sport, and I'm aiming for another 1.5%. Call it whatever you want. We're gonna get that 1.5%.
All right, Bin Salman was actually speaking there, and he says he doesn't care about sport washing. They spent quite a lot. In the Saudi Pro League alone, they've spent about 3 billion already. And we've not talked about boxing. We've not talked about the MMA. We've not talked about golf and some other things. As a matter of fact, they even started a company in August to actually cater to their sporting aspirations. And down the line, what they are hoping to actually conceptualize and actually actualize will be the 2034 World Cup. They've seen Qatar do it, and they're hoping with all the investment that will be the tipping point. But let's see how it actually goes. And quickly, before I actually go, because of time, let's talk about the fact that Cadiz, the Spanish outfit in the Primera Division, have actually paid a little homage to the young man and the fallen hero at the moment, talking about Mobad, actually printing the shirt and actually putting it on their Twitter handle. Okay, over to you guys.
I mean, kind of very touching one there. So a couple of things. I think Red Bull should be able to take constructors this weekend, all things being equal. But hey, like you said, Carl Sainz and the other, Charles Leclerc, could make it difficult for them.
Yeah.
But those two guys, with the kind of engine they have, you see, if you have a good car, you have a good car. If you don't have a good car, you have a good car. Verstappen is in amazing form because the car is good.
For complacency, my certain.
Checo too is in amazing form. Not with people like Verstappen. Even when you can hardly have cases of it because it's clockwork. These guys rehearse and practice over and over and over again. And you can see the strength of the car. You can see where they've started in a very terrible position, but they catch up in the race because the car is good. The car has one of the best aerodynamics on the grid. So you can't take it away from them. As regards sports watching in Saudi Arabia, for me, the truth is, Saudi Arabia is using its money to get whatever it wants. It's not only Saudi Arabia that has done it. America did it in the 70s, trying to promote their league, form of washing or the other.
The UK has even done it themselves.
The UK has done it. Russia has done it. Qatar did it recently. And you have constantly people spending their money. In fact, China did it, but China stopped at a point.
Yeah, they stopped.
But for me, the shocking thing is, at least we are seeing what Saudi Arabia is doing with oil money. Our own oil money in Nigeria, we can't account for. Today, where's the league? Where's our local league?
We are hoping they start soon.
Yeah, we are still hoping they start soon.
We are hoping.
The same league that used to be the center of all eyes, the same league that I used to go and watch in Anamosigba, in Ibadan. I'm a proper 3SC fan. So the league is not up and running today. At least we see what Saudi is doing with their money. What are we doing with our own oil money? Oil money. I think we should think deeply.
I was just going to, on sports washing, I was just going to talk about the fact that I really, say what you may, but the leadership there demonstrated there for me is very critical. At the end of the day, what a leader is concerned about is his primary constituents. So he says if he's bringing 1.5% to the GDP, then let them call it whatever name they want to call it.
He's bringing 1%.
1%. He's aiming 1.5%.
And they're targeting 1.5%.
Whatever they want to say, sports washing, but we don't even have the money to sports wash if we wanted to.
Do we?
And let me just say,
it's quite expensive if you want to do that.
It's $3 billion.
The power of money.
Yes.
It's not just buying up clubs or buying up players. Also, Live Golf. At the end of the day, didn't they have their way? But the moral of it is that countries will only do what is in their best interest.
True.
It's national interest.
True.
What Mohammed bin Salman was saying there is that his country's national interest is more paramount than whatever the critics are saying. As long as the country, benefits from it, it doesn't matter because his interest is not what other countries want, it's what his country wants, and they have the resources to do it. The lesson for us here, what are we doing in our own national interest? Now, as for Verstappen, what has happened at the practice, in Japan, right?
Yeah.
Is to show 5 days after they lost, in Singapore, and Red Bull was not on the podium, to send a strong message across, with his awe-inspiring performance. At that time, 5 days ago or so, I was saying, could this be a turning point? Now it's very clear that you can't rule out, that Red Bull team. The Eagles, they've dropped to 40. 40th position in FIFA rankings. What happened? I thought we just walloped Sao Tome and Principe.
But the arithmetic in the FIFA ranking, if they can actually help us with it, breaking it down, the arithmetic in the FIFA ranking states that the caliber of team you face will determine how far you will go. And Sao Tome, they are lost in the FIFA rankings. So certainly it will not accrue too many points for the Super Eagles. It's unfortunate that if we had probably played in Ghana or in Morocco, your FIFA rankings will swell like no other.
Okay, talking about Morocco, our under 18 handball team. They defeated Morocco. And they are going to the semi-final, and they are going to the World Championship. Since we want Nigeria to defeat Morocco.
But if you look at it, in Africa we're still 6 still. A bit of a consolation there. A bit of a consolation.
And the Spanish women footballers, some of them, about 19 of them have said, okay, they will play. And they are playing today in Gothenburg against Sweden. you know,
it was almost a catch-22, if you'd ask me, because it is almost a violation of the Spanish rule, based on the laws of the Spanish Royal Federation, that they call you for a national assignment and you don't show up, there are consequences. But at the same time, we are happy that all the changes they've been clamoring for, the Royal Federation have said they have listened, and these changes are in progress. Good for them. A big win for the females in Spain because they were not respected at all.
Okay, thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
Enjoy your weekend.